And the first minister that came when the church was built was a woman called Lydia Gruchy. She was the first appointed female minister in all of Canada, and she started her profession in our United Church. So everybody who goes to university and to the for what is it called? It's not a seminary. To take classes in religion. Everybody has heard her name because she was the first woman minister in Canada. Doesn't matter who I talk to now, and I'll say, have you heard of Lydia Gruchy? Yes. People say, I know she was the first appointed minister in Canada. Yeah.
What kind of things did you do involved with the church?
Oh, I sang in the choir, and I guess that's probably it. But I helped Auntie Anne to tidy up the church and that when she was working there.
What street is that church on?
It's just, well, it was just a block off of the main street. I don't know if the church is still there or not.
Is that a bigger church? One that you have to go up a staircase to get in? Or is it flat?
No, it was just probably about twice the size of my dining room. I mean, there was only maybe 300 people living there at that time.
Do you remember who your very first best friend was as a kid?
My very best friend. Well, I actually made a lot of friends while I was in high school. I guess my very best friend was Florence Stanby. Her dad was a retired judge from Prince Albert, and he bought the Wakaw Hotel, and she and I became friends. And so I have known her for about almost 85 years, and we still keep in touch with each other.
Do you remember playing with any children before you started school?
No, I can't remember. We probably didn't. We all, as the children came along, we all had to help with everything. We had to chop wood and put snow in a boiler and put it on the stove, so we had water to wash clothes on a scrub board and try to grow a garden, and with no water, everything. It was very dry seasons in those years.
Did you have electricity in those homes?
No, not at first.
And you said, though, you think he had a car?
Yeah, I thought he had a car. But
and would he have kept it through the Depression?
He lost everything. Everybody just lost everything.
So he would have always rented? He never owned anything at that time?
Never owned anything.
And do you remember any special occasions with the family, Christmas, things like that?
No.
Things that you guys did?
No, I guess it was just another day.
Did Bill and Ann ever take you on any trips?
No.
As a kid? Nope. Not even to go visit relatives anywhere?
No. There was no way. People were still using buggies and horses. Well, there were only a few people in the town that even had a car. The bank manager and Florence's dad, who I just told you about, and he used to take her out for a ride in the country every Sunday. And because we were friends, he would tell her to ask me if I would like to go. So that's how come I got to ride in a car.
Do you remember if Bill and Ann were strict?
Well, Auntie Ann probably wasn't strict, but Uncle Bill was very strict. When I got older and was in grade 7 or 8 and 9, we had a curfew, a big town bell that rang at 9 o'clock, and all the children under a certain age weren't to be outside. And boy, if I wasn't watching the clock, I would just practically kill myself running, because I knew Uncle Bill would be standing there giving me an earful when I got in through the door.
Why was this curfew so important?
I don't know, but that was the law in the town. The children weren't to be allowed out after 9 o'clock.
Do you think it could have anything to do with so-called Wakaw not being a safe place?
No, I wouldn't think that. No, I don't think anybody worried about everybody would leave their doors open. You never thought there was going to be any crime in those days.
Had you ever heard of things like, I think there's a story that Wakaw was the Chicago of Saskatchewan or something?
No.
Okay, so in elementary school, do you remember what subjects you liked and were good at, and which ones you really did not like?
Well, I probably didn't like math, likely. Probably liked everything else.
What would you do with some of your friends during elementary school, outside of school? Did you have any dolls? Did you play games?
No, we had absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Well, the town, because everybody outside of maybe a few people that still had some money, everybody, you just made your own fun. So you played ball. You didn't have to have anything except a ball and a bat. We used to go out of town to the lake in the summer. It was about 2 miles, and we'd walk the 2 miles to go swimming after school. And I remember that I had half a dozen friends that we used to play some kind of card game at each other's home. That's what we used to do for entertainment.
When you went for that 2-mile walk, who all went?
Oh, most all the kids that didn't have to be working after school, we'd all go because it was a great place. They finally built, what do you call it, a springboard. And I remember one time I went off it, and because it was very shallow at the edge, and that's the only reason, because I really didn't know how to swim. I remember I hit my head on a rock or something, and I can remember lying on the ground for hours before somebody finally thought we could start out for home. Because there was always chores to do when you got home.
Did any parents or adults come along with you, or the kids?
No, it was just the kids from school. Oh, there might have been parents there, but I can't remember.
And so did you all go in bathing suits?
No, we had something. I don't know what it was we wore to war.
Did you ever have a bicycle?
Mom bought me a bicycle from Grandpa's store, and in those days they only used to make a full size, an adult size, and of course everybody went to the station. All the kids in town were going to the station because I was getting a bike. Anyways, we had the dray man came and brought it to the house, and all the